Comedy can go fuck itself. I've been doing comedy for so long that it isn't funny. Here's a new joke. Tell me what you think. My friend X. And then I insert some sort of premise. And then I transpose the logic of the original setup. And that becomes the punchline. What do you think? That made me a little work. Can comedy affect change in the real world? I don't think so. Here's a joke I did the first time I went on stage in 1986. It's still in my act. I wrote to the FBI to ask them if they still have a file on me. They wrote back and they said, "We do now." Has anything changed in the past 25 years as a result of that joke? I don't think so. Things have gotten worse. There's a Patriot Act, the Department of Homeland Security, there's drones, the internet tracks my every click, I got a GPS on my phone, I got a traceable magnetic strip on my passport. The only thing that's changed in the past 25 years is when I started with that joke, it was a joke about being paranoid. Now it's observational comedy. You ever wonder what's in your FBI file? Comedy doesn't change anything. I heard a conversation on the way out of the show the other night. Hey, that comedian, he was right. Republicans are liars. Oh, yeah. Who are you voting for? Mitt Romney. Comedy doesn't change anything. Hey, Mitt Romney wanted to buy my act in the early 90s. He said my jokes were worth more broken up than with what I was doing. Comedy. I learned the power of comedy early on. When I was in 6th grade, I bought a George Carlin album, Class Clown. Now, I grew up Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I had to go to CCD classes. Now, this is where they send the public school kids to indoctrinate them into the church. Now, one of the bits on this album was George, he would get together with his friends and think up questions that the priest wouldn't be able to answer. One of the questions was, hey, if God is so powerful, can he make a rock so big that he himself can't lift it? Well, this would be a good question to ask my teacher. Maybe I could teach him something. And sure enough, he was like, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was corrupted by comedy. Yeah, and this guy, he taught the class with his wife at their house. And the next week, me and my buddy, Johnny Nagel, we decided we were going to stage a fight on his front lawn. Now, I thought it would be funny. The teacher did not. The teacher thought we were trying to kill each other. Subsequently, I was excused from the class. Permanently. Nothing happened to Johnny. It was determined that I was the bad seed. I blame comedy. Comedy has made me the heathen you see before you. Godless, contemptible, without form. Comedy is, it's not respected in this town. Nobody respects comedy in this town. There's no Oscar for comedy. That's only for serious actors. Well, let me tell you about actors. I was at a memorial service for Freddie Soto at the Comedy Store. All the comics are on stage telling jokes about Freddie. Because let's face it, when somebody dies, it's just another opportunity to be funny. Comedians run on the phone. Hey, who is booking Freddie's memorial? Stage time! So there was an actor, they introduced the actor, Freddie's acting teacher. But he couldn't come on stage right away. He needed a moment. A morning prepares. And when he had a single tear rolling down his cheek. He made his entrance. But he was overcome. Freddy was. I can't go on. Comedy, who needs it? I could have been a symphony conductor. But when I was a kid, orchestras wouldn't play with me. Comedy, what have you done for me lately?